need no roar to spread fear. They are silent, patient, and merciless. What makes a small, cold-blooded creature strike terror into an entire river? And how have these silent warriors survived for millions of years, outlasting every enemy? Join us on a journey to uncover Africa's 4 most dangerous reptiles, the cold-blooded predators of the wild. World of reptiles, Africa's cold-blooded predators. In the wilds of Africa, from vast grasslands to scattered forests, emerges a giant reptile. A silent predator, armed with no venom, yet feared across an entire continent. That creature is the African rock python. With a body stretching over 5 meters and extraordinary muscular power, they can bring down prey many times their own size. Their entire form is a coiled mass of muscle, built to crush any victim. With just a few wraps, their constriction can snap the ribs of an antelope. Its teeth are not massive, yet they form a deadly trap. Hundreds of tiny, razor-sharp fangs, curved backward like steel hooks, sinking deep into flesh. But most remarkable of all, its jaws can expand many times wider, allowing it to swallow prey far larger, even bigger than its own body. What you may not know: the African rock python shares close kinship with its giant cousins in South America. All belong to the family Pythonidae, linked on the evolutionary tree of reptiles. Yet, nature has marked them apart, in skin and in habitat. The African rock python wears a cloak of mottled gray and brown, blending perfectly with dust and sun-scorched grasslands of the continent. And it is this stony camouflage that earned its name, the rock python. The African rock python ranges across the sub-Saharan lands, from arid grasslands and scattered woodlands to murky rivers and dense swamps. Anywhere life exists, it can claim as its domain. In Africa's struggle for survival, the rock python is tied to no single home. Instead, its patience and adaptability turn it into a phantom, appearing anywhere at any time. Like all giant pythons, in the world of the African rock python, patience itself is a deadly weapon. They can lie motionless for hours, even through the night, hidden in brush or by the river's edge, waiting for that single, perfect moment. When prey wanders close in innocence, the strike comes like lightning. The massive body coils tight, the deadly grip sealing with no escape. Each breath the victim exhales only tightens the fatal embrace until the heart stops. Death slow, merciless, and inevitable. When the struggle ends, it swallows whole, piece by piece, no matter how large the prey may be. The digestion lasts for hours, each muscle contraction grinding down the life it has consumed. Then, it slips into a temporary hibernation, fasting for months, yet enduring with ease. And in that very time, when the hunt no longer calls, it channels all its energy into a single purpose: the survival of its kind. In the dry months, under the scorching sky, males begin to trace the faint scent left by a female. They slither in, coiling around her massive body, competing fiercely for the single chance to mate. The ritual can last for hours, even days, until the eggs are fertilized. And then, a new generation begins. Young lives destined to face the same brutal cycle of survival as their parents. The African rock python is among the most prolific of all pythons. A single adult female can lay up to 100 eggs in a clutch, an immense number, yet vital in a land where death is ever present. Unlike many reptiles that abandon their eggs, the female python remains. She coils tightly around the nest for weeks, rarely leaving, her body shivering in subtle tremors to create warmth, giving those fragile shells a chance at life. Yet, when the eggs finally hatch, the true struggle begins. The hatchlings emerge and alone, with nothing to guide them but instinct. From the very first moment, they are easy prey, targets for countless predators lurking all around. In their youth, the deadliest threat comes from above. The African eagle, with piercing eyes, can detect even the slightest movement on the ground. Hyenas, the cunning hunters of the savanna, often lurk at the forest's edge, waiting for the rock python to strike. When the serpent coils with all its strength, the pack rushes in, cackling and snapping, to harass and steal the kill. Their arrival not only robs the python of a precious meal, but at times forces it into danger, compelled to release its prey just to save itself. But the greatest threat to the rock python comes not from the skies above, nor from the noisy hyena packs on the ground, but from a silent, powerful predator, the leopard. With a single fatal bite to the skull or neck, this assassin can bring down more than 5 meters of raw muscle. In Africa's wild, nothing makes the rock python more cautious than the leopard. But what makes this python a true nightmare in Africa is its unpredictability. You never know where it will appear. Sometimes, it slips silently into human villages. Here, in the dry season, wild herds vanish from the savanna. Prey grows scarcer than ever, forcing the rock python to change its hunting ways. No longer bound to grasslands or riverbanks, it creeps closer to human settlements. Its massive body slips through fences, sliding straight into livestock pens. Just one careless moment, and a chicken, a rabbit, even a young goat can vanish without a trace into its gaping jaws. That is why, in the dry season, the rock python is not only the phantom of the savanna, but a constant terror for the people of Africa. In the dead of night, you suddenly face a 5-meter python sliding across your path. What would be your very first reaction? If the rock python spreads fear in the shadows of night and thickets, beneath the water waits an even greater terror. Today, they are regarded as the largest crocodile still living, rivaled only by the saltwater crocodile of the Asia-Pacific. But here in Africa, no creature dares to challenge their reign as masters of the water. It is one of the last giant reptiles left on Earth. An adult can grow over 6 meters long, weighing half a ton, powerful enough to topple any creature that dares to enter the river. Its armor-thick scales shine like iron plates, cold eyes lurking just above the surface, and jaws with the strongest bite in the animal kingdom. A single snap can shatter bone and drag even the largest prey beneath the water. Wherever it appears, calm waters instantly turn into a killing ground. Here, in rivers that seem so calm, they are masters of the ambush. They can lie motionless for hours in muddy waters, revealing only eyes and nostrils, waiting with patience for prey to drift within reach. That is the fatal moment. As the prey bends down to drink, the river explodes. A massive body launches like an arrow, steel jaws locking tight on the victim. This bite is the strongest in the animal kingdom, powerful enough to shatter bone in an instant. But the true nightmare is only beginning. When one crocodile clamps down on a wildebeest, others rush in. They do not fight each other. Instead, they join in a brutal ritual, the death roll. Together, they twist violently beneath the water, turning the river into a chaotic whirlpool. Each spin tears the victim apart, flesh ripped away in the swirling depths. The wildebeest thrashes in desperation, but against the combined force of the crocodile horde, it is powerless. In mere moments, its life is crushed within the ritual of death. This is their supreme hunting instinct, a merciless weapon etched into their blood through millions of years of evolution. What makes the Nile crocodile a perfect survival machine is not only its crushing bite or the death roll, but also its extraordinary digestion. Inside its stomach, acids with a pH of just 1 to 2, among the strongest in the animal kingdom, break down proteins, dissolve bone, and even claws that most predators must leave behind. Added to this are stones swallowed intentionally, grinding food like natural millstones. After days, all that remains are hair, fur, or horn fragments, finally expelled. That is why, once a victim is seized, almost no part of it can ever escape the crocodile's body. Like many reptiles, the Nile crocodile reproduces through eggs. In the dry season, as river levels fall, the females crawl onto sandy banks, dig deep nests, and lay between 40 and 60 eggs. Though a cold-blooded predator, the Nile crocodile reveals a striking maternal instinct. For months, she guards her nest with patience, rarely leaving. Any intruder that dares approach is met with sudden fury. The mother ready to attack, to defend the future of her kind. When the hatching begins, faint cries rise from within the shells. The mother digs the nest open and gently lifts each hatchling in her jaws, carrying them to the water. It is the unexpected side of the river's terror, a natural tenderness etched by evolution to preserve the Nile crocodile's legacy for millions of years. But their journey of survival has only just begun. From the very first moment, the hatchlings face countless dangers. Their faint cries along the riverbank quickly draw in predators lurking nearby. The African fish eagle, the fastest hunter of the skies. With wings spanning over 2 meters, and eyes sharp enough to spot movement from miles away, it truly rules Africa's heavens. And young crocodiles are among its favorite targets. The hatchlings, fresh from their shells, let out their first fragile cries. But those very sounds become the signal that guides the assassin above. With a single wing beat, the eagle dives at terrifying speed, turning itself into a living arrow that rips through the air. Steel talons snap shut in an instant, piercing flesh and lifting the prey high into the sky. Against such a lightning strike, the young crocodile is helpless. An easy meal, proof of the absolute power of the Nile's ruler of the skies. But the dangers for young crocodiles come not only from the skies, or from predators lurking along the banks. Even their own kind, the full-grown crocodiles, can become deadly enemies. Many hatchlings fall into the sights of the giants of their own kind. With cold-blooded instinct, the adults show no hesitation, clamping down and swallowing the young as if they were any other prey. In the wild, even among their own kind, mercy is rare. Only the few hatchlings lucky enough to escape both predators and kin will grow, to continue the relentless cycle of survival in the river. Alongside giants like hippos and crocodiles, there is another silent predator. Swift, cunning, and with an obsession for eggs, the Nile monitor lizard. The Nile monitor lizard is the largest lizard in Africa, averaging between 1.2 and 2 meters in length and weighing around 5 to 15 kilograms. Its elongated, muscular body is sheathed in thick, scaled skin, patterned with yellow spots, interlaced with dark green. This camouflage allows it to vanish almost seamlessly into the riverside grasses and the scorching sands along the banks. This lizard is not only a master swimmer. The Nile monitor is also a versatile adventurer. It can dive underwater for dozens of minutes to hunt fish or evade predators. On land, its sharp claws and powerful tail allow it to climb trees with agility, escaping even when pursued. When necessary, it digs deep burrows along the riverbank, serving both as a home and as a defensive fortress. This species of monitor lizard is omnivorous, yet in many ways, it resembles the baboon. Do you know why? Why do I say the Nile monitor lizard is similar to the baboon? It's simple, because both are opportunistic thieves in the wild. If baboons snatch ostrich eggs or seize young antelopes in the chaos, then the Nile monitor lizard chooses a different prize: crocodile eggs. They silently watch the nest for days, patiently waiting for the mother crocodile to leave. And in that very moment, the monitor lizard digs furiously through the soil, devouring the eggs, the future of an entire generation of crocodiles. This is not a hunt of strength, but a brazen theft built on cunning. That is why the Nile monitor is often called the thief of the river. And crocodiles, infamous as some of the fiercest mothers in the natural world, loathe this above all else. Yet on land, the crocodile moves slowly and heavily. This makes it nearly impossible to catch the nimble lizard, which can climb trees, swim with ease, and vanish into rocky crevices. In this uneven battle, even with its terrifying strength, the crocodile is left powerless, forced to watch the thief slip away with its prize. Our journey with these giant predators comes to an end, for now. But out there, could there be a reptile even deadlier than the rock python and the Nile crocodile? Click on the video beside you to find out.